Oxygen, odd dimensions, moccasin block pants ain't as hot as this, positive that they're mocking my throbbed pocket wins, like toxic friends with jobs that ends, and a TikTok spin on modern hymns like pop lock and drop it hip-hop trends, WAP lens for socks and gigs that got locked and stripped for every drop in cents by the top big wigs and slots and pimps. They're the only ones stopping the biz from hobbling in, with topics rigged for plots hitting the potluck then quit, so you don't hit rock bottom or a spliff of that wattage that piff or get slopped up on some Sid. It was a wallop to the kids, and it all got chalked up to a bliss that wound up jizz or drowned or fizzled in a bomb that kills his fountain of youth off rip, bound to the trip, denouncing the myth that I'll bounce back from it, rounding the tip of this mountain of spit so that out my mouth it won't drip. Straight drooling, sedation brewing from the stakes of dueling it out with this mistake I grew in me. Pain from cruising like a delayed loony. The waves went through me and I paid for this droopy maze. I should be away from crude dreams, but they stay fooling my way into screwy paved construed scenes that portrayed me cruelly like a taint on my mood stream. I felt baked on truth that seemed vacant like a new beach on Christmas Day and bullied me to fray from new treats like shade or the Goonies phrase to woo me. To not be afraid I was a silly goose, hee world so gray from this lucid flame that proved to be a great nuisance if I wanted to be sane or to breathe. What I pertained made me loose and free. I felt like I aged in new things that jangle my brain and soothed me. Lucy, who you be, a hoochie giving out your room and peek to a couple of goons and teens, and then what? Even a douche reaches assumed leaks of this fluid of the brink to a soon neat flu retreat of hues of pink and blue and green, fusing to a huge blink. Then your view sinks into confused lengths between tools for belief and a cougar's teeth chewing your meat. Usual defeat from a rude geek who moves to shrink the food you eat as his footage speed looked like it increased to his boots in extremes. He puts his feet in Brooklyn streets, a hood in the city where many brood defeat and are hooked on E. Booked it, flee like a crook with the TV. He shook the feeling of a whooshing sequence and pushed ceilings to the roof and screamed, "You mutant being, shush and cease," until someone smushed his beanie and said, "Toosh, release these demons to the book of heathens," and pluck the strings that connect to the head of this ton of semen, trying to corrupt a female by nuttin in her creamin. Butts of behemoths rupture the cleaning of her guts by breeding. What's the fuss? You've seen it. Enough, I mean it. Tough, she'll be bleeding if you bust in her cleavage, 'cause she's caught like a cluck, but she's soft like a kleenex. Achieving threats, deceiving men, and really wet. What will you freaks think of next? Then the succubus rubbed her bunch of coconuts and suffered from the love of a buffering chub, normally clutched and snug like a bug in a rug, never fumbled or trumped. Lust in every suck, cunts full of cum, gusts of love from fucks and shoves of plugins into the circuit. Sun above wonders who to trust in a world of humps till day is done. What have we won? Humps and thrusts, sunk in dust. Dunks on ducks and tubs of suds, bubbles and funnel, bundles of ruffles, truckloads of junk skulls. Tumble in the front though and mumble they're in trouble. The dung hole needs a plunger drove in and out till it rumbles. And the skunk flow, the mud glow. The scum goes down the pipes hung low. So far the trunk is the goal, then flung, I'll throw you into the flunk zone. The strung out load you had struck me as low. Your tongue blows as you wrung out my phone and fronted the dough. It's too much but your loan of crumpled ones and Trojans. And you'll lump in a trench coat is fucking gross. Lump sums before I wrung your throats.